thank you for joining me. My name is Jordan Adams, and this is Untethered Yoga. This is a platform for all things prenatal and postnatal health, wellness, and especially yoga, which is one of my biggest passions. For those of you who have been here, welcome back. For those of you who are new, welcome, welcome. I thought for today, since it is November, that it would be great to do a theme on balanced generosity. But taking that a step further, it's not so much the generosity that we give out constantly, but that generosity that we can give to ourselves, and doing so in a balanced manner. You know, you can never have too much of one thing or be too divided on one end of a spectrum, so to speak. So it's really important to dive in and note, are we balanced? Are we taking care of our needs? So that in a way, we can then be generous with those around us. And for those who are expecting, being generous with the life that we are creating. There is a phenomenal resource. It is called Wherever You Go, There You Are. This is by John Kabat-Zinn. It's a very simplistic way to explain mindfulness, and it does so in chapters that are about 1 page, 2 pages long. One of the ones I wanted to read to you guys before we start is his chapter, if you have the book, is on page 61 on generosity. And there's a paragraph in here that is really profound. He says, "See if you can be in touch with the core within you, which is rich beyond reckoning in all important ways. Let that core start radiating its energy outwardly through your entire body and beyond. Experiment with giving away this energy in little ways first, directing it towards yourself and others, with no thought of gain or return. Give more than you think you can, trusting that you are richer than you think. Celebrate this richness and give as if you had inexhaustible wealth." And he's not talking about monetary or material giving. What he's referring to is this fullness of being, so that whatever it is you are, 1, you are enough, and 2, you are worthy of sharing. And to be able to tap into that and express it both with yourself and with others is extremely important. So with that, we're going to focus on balanced generosity and going into each pose in a way that capitalizes on this sense that we've got this, that we're enough, we're being kind to ourselves. So use this hour to take care of yourself, take care of your needs. If anything comes up in practice that you need to attend to, maybe you need to change up a pose, feel free to do that. All right, so let's get started. So to start, we're actually going to start a little bit differently than what we've been doing. I'm going to have you guys have either blocks, if you've got them, you need 2 of them, or books, and you'll have them right next to your side. All right, so from here, we're going to take our legs out long, and we'll shift back and forth, making sure we have an even, level, balanced support on the floor. And then we're going to take our hands and place them on the blocks. And from here, you're going to close your eyes down and imagine this sensation of kind of pulling your heart forward by tractioning your hands on the blocks. At that same time, you're anchoring down into the sitting bones and lifting the heart up, melting the shoulder blades down the back. And feel this expression of life 360 degrees around the torso. You have energy pulling you forward, energy anchoring you down, and energy stretching out back behind you. And then this sense of being lifted up. And feel the breath fill the area 360 degrees around. You can even feel an active sensation in the feet by drawing the toes towards your face. You'll feel your quads engage, you'll feel the hamstrings engage. And then begin to maybe point and flex the feet and the toes. Maybe rolling the feet in a circle one way. And then rolling them out in different directions. bend the knees, plant the feet on the floor in front of you. Maybe take your hands behind you for some support. And just windshield wiper your legs back and forth. And you can take your feet a little wider than hip width apart, take your hands on your knees, and just for 3 breaths, do a little bit of a seated cat-cow. As you inhale, draw the heart forward. And as you exhale, rock back on the tailbone as you round through the spine. Inhaling forward, and exhaling back. One more inhale. Good, and exhale. Good, and then come to center here. We'll just take a couple circles. So as you breathe in, the breath in will bring you forward. And as you breathe out, the breath out brings you back. Going 3 times each way, just follow your own breath. You don't need to follow my cues. Good. And then when you've done 3 circles, you can switch out the other direction. Awesome. Good. And then plant your feet in front of you. You'll take your hands back behind so that your fingers are pointed towards your hips. Feet about hip width apart, maybe about a foot, foot and a half away from your hips. As you inhale, lift the hips, drop the head back so that the neck is neutral, and exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the hips, drop the head. Exhale down. Begin to feel the heart center open. Begin to feel the hips open. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. And 1 more. And breath out. Good. And then take the soles of your feet together. You'll have a gentle grasp on your feet, but not like a tight grasp like you're trying to pull yourself in. Just this sense of balanced presence, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to find a long spine, draw the shoulders down the back. Find a neutral position with the head so that the crown of the head is balanced kind of right in a straight line, 45 degrees from the tailbone. Every breath in, you find a little more length. And as you exhale, see if you can get this sensation of grounding down deeper into the mat, both with your feet and with your tailbone. Again, breathing in to find more length and separation. Exhale, more grounding. 1 more inhale. And exhale, just melt forward. Maybe give the head a little shake, yes and no. Maybe give yourself a little bit of a foot massage, some TLC. Awesome. Good. And gently roll back up. And take your feet back in front of you, and this time you'll cross your right ankle over your left knee, making sure that your ankle and your knee stay in a line and then your foot is active, and the hands are coming back behind your hips again. So you'll feel a nice stretch on the outside of this right hip. It's just a modified pigeon. See if you can imagine pushing your heart forward towards your thigh, at the same time lifting the heart up towards the sky. You can shift, a little bit side to side. Just notice if that changes the sensation for you at all. And wherever you feel a little more resistance, maybe stop there for a breath or 2. Good. Take 1 more inhale. And as you exhale, release that foot, maybe windshield wiper the legs back and forth. And we'll move to the other side, so you'll take your left leg over, cross the ankle over the knee. And again, activate through this left foot, so it's kind of like you're pressing your foot into your hand, making sure that the toes are pointed back towards the knee. And so same thing, if you want to kind of play with just kind of shifting around and see where you notice you might need a little more of that stretch. And the angle can change so much in the pose. And whenever you found that spot, just go ahead and melt in and breathe. Good. Go ahead and relax that foot down. Windshield wiper the knees back and forth. And then we'll swing the legs around and find a tabletop pose. So your knees are under your hips, hands are under your shoulders. And to mix up the cat-cow a little bit today, just kind of tap in and notice maybe if you want to move some side to side, some C shapes. Maybe if you want to roll between a cat-cow and a child, you can do that. Just whatever feels good, give yourself the grace to go ahead and recognize it, and then generous enough to do whatever that is. Alright, so I'm just going to go through some cat-cows. Again, you guys just do whatever feels good. If you are moving in a different manner than normal, just remember to engage the core. Feel that gentle sensation of the belly button drawing up. Remembering not to hyper exaggerate the curve in the low back. So wherever you are, gentle tuck of the tailbone. Three more breaths. Good. And we'll all come back to neutral. And then you're going to tuck your toes. Maybe your knees need to be a little bit wider. We're just going to melt back just a tiny bit, get a little bit of a toe stretch. You think about how often our toes get stretched, you realize they don't really ever get that kind of love, do they? You can begin to rock forward. You can keep your toes tucked, just push back, downward facing dog. And it's okay to move around in your down dog. Just find wherever you can show up. Maybe walk one foot and then the other. Notice the sensation of the hamstrings beginning to open. It's okay if you're tight. I think sometimes we're so easy to judge ourselves and what we're capable of instead of just acknowledging with love where we're at and appreciation for the fact that we even showed up. And taking another full breath in. And letting the breath go. And breathing in, big belly breath in. You can open your mouth, exhale. One more inhale. All the breath out. And begin to walk forward into your forward fold. Now, as always, make space for the belly. You can have your feet out wide and grab opposite elbows. It always feels really good to have a generous bend in the knees so that you can rest the belly on top of the thighs. And just completely surrender into the moment. Just let go. Imagine the crown of the head dropping past the floor. And shift your weight a little bit front to back. And then drop your hands down, heel toe your feet in so they're about hip width. Halfway lift, so your fingertips are either on the floor or on your shins, never hanging straight in midair. Exhale, fold. Inhale to a chair. Stay on the exhale. And rise all the way up. And just relax the arms down, go ahead and sway side to side, just kind of loosen everything up. Whatever's remaining that you haven't let go of, just let it go. Alright, we'll move into our sun salutation. So find your balance, find your stance. As you inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step back to a high plank. And from here, you drop the knees, take another breath in. Exhale to a halfway push-up. Inhale, full push-up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale. Exhale. Good. One more breath. Let the breath go as you walk forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to drop the hips, sweep the arms up to chair. Stay on the breath out. And inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step the feet back, high push-up. And if you want to go for a high push-up here, you can, or you can drop the knees. I'm going to stay lifted. So exhale, halfway. Inhale up. Downward facing. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale as begin to bend the knees, walk forward. Halfway lift the breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair, dropping the hips, raising the arms. And we're going to stay here and just add on a tiny bit. So as you exhale, your left arm's coming forward, your right arm's coming back. Inhale back to center. Maybe your hands are at heart center, it's okay. And then right arm forward, left arm back. You really want to make sure when you're doing these that your knees stay even so we don't find this corkscrew motion. So that means that this motion's only strictly coming from the upper body. Alright, back to center. And rise all the way up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Step back. High to halfway push up. Inhale up. Downward facing dog. Take a breath. And let it go. Inhale. Exhale, and again, walk the feet forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Inhale through center. Right arm forward, left arm back. Inhale. All the way up. Good. And shake it out. And grab a water if you need to hydrate. Awesome, awesome. Alright, so we're gonna move into warrior twos. And let's actually take a flow first and then we'll flow into the warrior two, okay? Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. And step back, high to halfway. Inhale. Downward facing. Take a breath. And let it go. And take one more inhale. And exhale as you you walk forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale to rise to a chair. Stay on the breath out. Rise all the way up. Then you're going to take your left foot back. So your left foot's at a 45-degree angle. Your right foot toes are going to stay pointed forward. And you don't have to have it to where your heels are necessarily in a straight line. If you're finding yourself a little more balance challenged, you might want to have a little bit of more width between where the feet are on the mat. All right. The other important thing is you want to make sure that your knee is over your ankle here and that you're not hyper locking out or hyperextending this back knee. All right. So your arms are going to be out. Right fingers kind of over the right toes, left fingers back by the left toes. Shoulders nice and relaxed. And we're going to go through some dynamic breathing here. As you inhale, straighten the front leg, reach the arms overhead. And exhale, melt down. So you're bending back into that front knee and bringing the arms parallel to the ground. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come back into the pose. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. And 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Stay for 3 breaths. Soft gaze over the right fingers. Strong and balanced through the legs. You'll kind of feel the sensation of the inner thigh and the right leg kind of wrapping up and around. One more breath. And on your next inhale, gentle reverse warrior here. So you're going to bring the right arm up and over. Nice side stretch in the right ribs. And then exhale to bring the right forearm onto the right thigh. Left fingers up overhead. So rather than caving forward, you're opening up. You're spinning your heart and your rib cage up towards the ceiling. You're imagining that this arm is reaching back behind you. There's something really delicious back there you just want to grab. All right. If you have the ability to go even deeper into this pose, you can bring your hand on the inside of the right thigh or the right calf. Lengthening out through both sides of the ribs. For 2 more breaths. One more inhale. Stay on the breath out. And with control, slowly begin to raise back up to your warrior 2. Stay on the exhale. And then inhale, lengthen the front leg. Bring the arms up. And spin both toes to the front. Take a big breath here, interlace the hands behind the back, draw the knuckles down as you lift the heart up. Good. And release the arms. Pivot your right foot to that 45-degree angle. Left toes are spinning to the back of your mat. And we'll move into our warrior 2. Bending the left legs with the left knees over the ankle. Never past the toes. Inhale, lengthen the front legs. You bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, melting back into warrior 2. Soft gaze over the front fingers. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, releasing down. 3 more. Inhale, lengthen the front leg, bring the arms overhead. Exhale. Breath in. And breath out. 1 more inhale. And exhale. 3 breaths. the shoulders down away from the ears. Anchor down into that front leg, another 1/2 inch. Good. Now as you inhale, you can draw the left arm up and over the ear. Again, side stretch through the left ribs. Take one more inhale. And exhale, bringing that forearm down to the front leg. Right fingers high towards the sky, spinning the heart open. Imagine reaching back behind for something you really want. You have the option to bring the front hand down inside the ankle. For 2 more breaths. Good. One more inhale. And on your next breath in with control, rise back up to your warrior 2. Use your exhale to melt deeper if you can, and then inhale, rise up. Spin both toes forward. And this time take your hands to your hips, gaze about 3 to 4 feet in front of you. And slowly lower down into a wide straddle. You can grab opposite elbows. Relaxing the hands down to the floor as you take a halfway lift with your breath in. Exhale, fold. Hands to your hips, soft bend in the knees so you're not locking them out. As you find another halfway lift, this time it's just your core and your back holding you up. Your legs, quads are engaged, hamstrings are engaged. Another breath in to rise all the way up. We'll go back to this right side, so you're going to spin your right foot out. Back foot at 45 degrees. Take the arms to a warrior 2 for a big breath in. Sink down for a breath out. And as you inhale, straighten the front leg as you reach the right arm back. And then exhale, move into a triangle. And just like we did last week, if you want to use a block, go ahead and have one right here inside your front foot. Or you can have a soft supported hand on your leg, never pressing into the leg. You're still lifting up through your core and your torso. So most of the work's coming through here, through your legs, not your arm. Good. Soft gaze up to the ceiling. If it's too much to look up, you can take your gaze down. And on your next breath in, slowly rise up. Coming back to that reverse side angle. Good. And we'll go to the other side. Left foot comes back, right foot 45. Start in your warrior 2, take a big breath in. Breath out to find depth. Inhale, reverse it back, straighten the left leg. And then exhale for your triangle. So bringing this arm down, lifting up through the right fingers. Both legs are straight but not locked. You're lifting up and out of the pose through your torso and your core. It's like you have a string attached to this wrist and it's lifting you up. You can have your gaze up to the ceiling, or maybe you want to look down. You're only here for 2 more breaths. Good. Inhale, rise back up. And back into that reverse warrior. Coming back to center. And hands on your hips, take a big breath in. Exhale, forward fold, wide straddle fold. And this time you can bend into one knee, walk yourself all the way over, and get a deeper inner hip stretch. to the opposite leg, just shifting the weight over. And walking back through center, dropping the head down, lifting the hips back to your wide straddle forward fold. And drawing the hands to the hips, finding a soft bend in the knees. You lift up halfway with your inhale. Stay on the exhale. And rise all the way up. And go ahead and spin both feet out, just past 45. And then you're gonna melt down into the goddess pose. Good. Just gonna hang out here for a little while, maybe shift back and forth for a second. Just notice how your feet contact the floor beneath you. And when you found somewhere comfortable for you, make sure that tailbone is tucked underneath, so you're drawing the core up, pushing the tailbone under. Hands to heart center. Just find a soft gaze. And just breathe. Three more breaths. Honoring the stability that your legs offer. Honoring the foundation of the feet. And one more breath as you slowly rise all the way up. And taking your feet back together. And you can find yourself seated on the floor. Roll all the way onto your back. Just windshield wiper your legs back and forth. Good. And then you're going to cross, just like we did earlier, this time you're on the floor. So it's this variation of pigeon pose where you cross the right ankle on top of the left knee, activating the right foot so the toes are drawing back towards the right knee. And then you can interlace your hands behind your left thigh. I like to use my right arm or elbow as a little bit of extra leverage against the right leg so that I'm actually pushing that leg further away from me at the same time I'm pulling the left leg in. Kind of deepens that stretch a little more for me. Good, and then we'll switch legs. Left ankle over right knee. Begin to draw the legs in, maybe interlacing the hands behind the left thigh. And again, if you want to use that little extra leverage, you can gently press your left elbow into your left knee as you pull the legs in closer. And gently unwind. your whole self onto your left side. Your knees are going to be stacked. You're going to take your left arm out. And with a big inhale, bring the right arm back behind you. It's a little variation of a twist. And taking your gaze out over your right fingers. And we'll go to the other side. You can unwind first, coming back over onto your left side, bring that right arm over, and then roll to your right side. Extend the right arm out long. And as you inhale, sweep the left arm out behind you. Turning the gaze to the left fingers. Just feel this nice, gentle opening of the pec muscles in the chest. A lot of times with the postural changes of pregnancy, we start to curl in there. Just take time to open up everything that's tight. Coming back through center. Gently push yourself up and we'll get set up for final relaxation. And this time, if you've got some bolsters, which I know I mentioned last week that I would show you how to do this, feel free to grab them now. So what you're going to do with this big one right here, this is a rectangular bolster. You can have a block behind it, kind of like so, or you can have it up high, kind of however I want to recline. I'm going to have this one right here. Actually, I'm going to do it with that one. Bolster's big enough. So you're going to make a little bit of a support for your bolster so that when you lay back, you can lay on an incline. And then if you have something else to lay under your knees, that's always great. If you've got a blanket, you can roll up. This is a little bit of an oval bolster. Get yourself scooched back. And then make yourself comfortable. If you prefer laying on your side like you've been doing, you can get set up that way. And as always, just give yourself the gift of spending 10-15 minutes here just relaxing and breathing. Using it as an opportunity to connect in more with everything that you already are. Remembering to be generous with ourselves, honoring the needs that we have, and honoring the gift that we are to the world. And during pregnancy, especially honoring the gift that we're creating.